Good afternoon, dear students. This is your Sudha ma'am. Welcome to the first session of lesson 9, that is reflection of light. In this lesson, we are going to study about reflection of light, making periscope and kaleidoscope, lateral inversion, convex and concave mirrors, their uses and differences. In this session, we are going to study about how light reflects after striking an object, making periscope, lateral inversion, and creating a garden in a box. Let's get started. In class 6th, we have learnt about the formation of shadows. When an opaque object is placed in the path of light, a shadow is formed. And also, we learnt that the shape of the shadow changes according to the position of source of light and position of the object. And we also learned that light always travel in a straight path, what we call it as rectilinear propagation of light. And in this session, we are studying more about the reflection of light. What do you mean by reflection? Light changes its direction when it is obstructed by an object. This phenomenon is called reflection. That means after touching any surface, the light rays change their direction in a specific angle. This is called reflection of light. When light rays fall on an object, they will be reflected by the surface of that object, and if that reflected light reaches our eyes, we can see that object. Will you able to see your image in a mirror if the mirror is in front of you in a dark room? No, absolutely not at all. In the dark room, we are unable to see anything. When will you able to see clear image of yourself in a plain mirror? Let's do a small activity. Try to see your face by holding a mirror. Now focus the torch towards the mirror as shown in a figure 1a. You can see dim image of your face in the mirror. Now focus the torch on your face as shown in figure 1b. Now you can able to see a clear image of your face in the mirror. Why does it happen so? We can see objects when light falls on the surface of the object. In this case, if light falls on face, the reflection of light falls on the mirror, which is a very clear image. If light is pointed at mirror, the reflection of light comes back, making our visibility poor. We already know that to see any object, light should fall on it. In daytime, we are able to see all objects which are in our room, even though sunlight does not fall directly on those objects. How it is possible? This is because of the multiple reflection of sunlight from surfaces like wall, floor, ceiling, etc. Finally, falls on the object and gets reflected by it and reaches us. This enables us to see those objects. Now, moving on to the next topic, that is periscope. What is a periscope? Periscopes are devices which were invented to observe the things from a hidden position. They were used to see above water from submarines, all directions from the inside of a tank, and above ground from trenches by soldiers during wars. And making our own periscope. Materials required: empty agarbatti box, 2 mirror strips, scale, pencil, blade, matchbox, candle, glue. Close both, procedure children, close both ends of the agarbatti box. Draw squares at both ends. Draw the diagonal to the squares as shown in figure 6a. Slit the diagonals with a blade. The slits should equal to the length of the mirror strips. Already we have taken the mirror strips. So to insert those mirror strips, we have to make slits on these diagonals, just equal length of the mirror strips. Fix the mirror strips in these slits as shown in 6b, figure 6b. Take care to see that these mirror strips lie in parallel to each other. That means the reflection of these two mirrors should fall on one another. In that way we have to arrange. Cut out 2 windows on the narrow sides of the box as shown in the figure 6c. On both sides we have to make some holes, what we call them mirrors, rectangular holes, what we call them mirrors. The windows. The windows should open directly on the reflecting surface of the mirror strips. So from these windows the light enters and it falls on the plain mirrors, mirror strips, and it reflects. In this way we have to arrange. Now our periscope is ready. And when you look through the window 2, you will be able to see the things lying in front of the window 1. So if you hide behind a tree, you can easily see what is happening on the other side of the tree by using a periscope. And here in this picture we can observe that the girl is viewing the objects outside of the room through the window while hiding herself in the room with the help of a periscope. Already she hide and she is not directly watching, and she hide herself in the room and she is observing by using the periscope. So that is the uses of periscope. And now moving on to the next topic, that is lateral inversion. The image formed by a flat mirror where right of an object appears left and left of the object appears right, that is sides are interchanged, and this is called lateral inversion. If you stand in front of the mirror, you will feel that your right side is left, left side is right, and this is called lateral inversion. And this phenomenon can be observed on the ambulance where it is written in the given figure, and it appears correctly to the person who is going front to the ambulance from his rear view mirror, so that he will move side of the road and give way to the ambulance. That is why generally on the ambulances they will write the mirror image of the word ambulance. Now moving on to the last topic of the session, that is creating a used garden in a small box. Take an empty shoe box, place 2 plain mirrors along the edges. See that the pair of mirrors are parallel to each other and their reflecting surfaces face each other as shown in the figure 16. So we have to arrange these 2 plain mirrors on opposite direction, and the reflecting surfaces should face each other. And now make a small hole to the box at its side and scratch the painting of the mirror there, so that a hole will be formed and we can be able to see into the box through the hole. Put some flowers in the box. Make few holes in the lid before closing the box, So to the lid of the box also we have to make some holes to make the light enter into the box. Otherwise it will be dark and we are unable to see anything in the box. And now close the box and look into that through the hole. You can see a wonderful and beautiful vast garden. Why does the small area looks like a vast garden? The light which enters the box falls on the flowers, get reflected and travels in all directions. The rays which fall on the mirrors reflect back to the opposite mirror. This process happens again and again. First light enters, it falls on the flowers, get reflected in all directions. Then the rays which fall on the mirrors reflect back to the opposite mirror, and from this mirror to again back to opposite mirror. Like that this process happens again and again. Due to this multiple reflection, we can see that small area as a big garden. So that is about the creating a garden in a small box. We can observe the same scenario in trial rooms of shopping malls where we can observe multiple images. Let us summarize today's topics. Today we have learnt about the reflection of light, how to make our own periscope, lateral inversion and a garden in a box. That's all for today. Meet you in the next session. Thank you.